Hi guys, it's Colin at TLG-PE. Just wanted to give you a little update regarding Project 1920 and some of the things that have been asked over the last few weeks. So we are currently almost halfway through allocating the schools for the project, which is great. And what that means is basically we've had 30 schools confirm that they want to take part in the project next year, and they see the real benefits that the project will give them. We've also had a lot of schools that are interested and have lots of questions, and we kind of have been answering those individually, and I thought that it'd just be quite useful to take a few minutes just to give you some of those questions answered now, so that if it is a question that you were thinking about, or maybe something that you weren't sure on, then maybe this video will help and just answer those questions. So first and foremost, I think the biggest kind of query or question is just some clarity on exactly what Project 1920 is. So Project 1920 is the TLG-PE system and the Steps to Summit program in your school. So fundamentally, that's what the majority of your Project 1920 money goes on, is actually buying those two systems. Now, the difference is that obviously lots of schools buy those systems and then go and run with them themselves, and that's in varying different degrees of success. So obviously sometimes it takes quite a long time to implement change, and what we've tried to do with Project 1920 is remove that timeline of change implementation. So, you know, we've all worked in schools where you've bought into a system, you've bought a package, you've bought something, and then it's never really got off the ground. It's sat in a cupboard, it's never been used, or it's been really difficult to kind of implement with the teaching staff. So the idea behind Project 1920 is you get those systems, but you get our team to ensure that the implementation, training, etc. is as smooth as possible. So to give you an example of how that actually works in Project 1920, you know, we will write your curriculum map for you. We will then train your subject leader on how to make sure they can follow that curriculum map, everything they need to do from an Ofsted perspective. We'll then train the staff in how to use the system. We'll train the young leaders how to implement the Steps to Summit program. We'll get the classroom teachers up to speed with what Steps to Summit is and how it benefits the school. We'll get your displays done for you. We'll get your assemblies done for you. We'll basically come and just get the program off the ground. From there, over the course of the 2019-20 academic year, we will constantly be in and out of school. We'll be in touch with you all the time, but we will be in and out of school every half term to basically make sure that we're on track to succeed by the end of the year. What does success look like for Project 1920? Well, it's basically that you are fully self-sufficient and those programs are embedded in school by summer 2020. So our job in Project 1920 is to make sure that you are fully able to run with those programs ongoing, which is obviously a lot less than the Project 1920 costs, and an awful lot less than any costs that you might be paying for external coaching companies. So basically the key thing from a Project 1920 point of view is the implementation. It's the training, it's the on-site help, it's the constant feedback and progress checking, it's the data reporting to make sure that you're actually getting the benefits that you want to, and it's that support blanket around subject leaders and teachers to make sure that this project and these processes can be really fully implemented, ready for summer 2020, so that by September 2020 you're then able to go ahead and run your own PE, sport and activity program without the need for external people to come into your school. That's really our end game with all of this, is to make sure that you can fully run your own provision by summer 2020. So hopefully the benefit that you'll kind of feel from that whole support blanket, that implementation, and this is going to be a documented program, so we're going to be quite active with sharing success stories. So, you know, it's in our vested interest to make you succeed, and I think that's the other thing here, is that those 60 schools, you know, will not fail. That will be fully implemented. It will be an ongoing process. The staff will be fully trained and able to teach PE by the end of the academic year. The children will be doing 30 minutes of physical activity every day, every child, and we will be able to prove and evidence all that in preparation for an Ofsted visit. So, you know, we want to showcase your success, and that's why we're limited to 60 schools. You know, we could go higher, we could have more schools doing it, but ultimately we want to have that network of schools that we can really show off the success that they've achieved in one academic year. So please do act quickly. I know we say that in all these videos, but you know, we have allocated nearly half of the spaces. We have got schools that are still just debating what they want to do, how they want to finance it, whether they want to go for the full annual payment or whether they would rather pay half-termly. So, you know, until they've actually signed and paid their deposit, those spaces are still open. So you do need to act quickly. But please, 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 if you have any individual questions or anything specific that you would like to know, then either pick up the phone and give us a call, or drop me an email, or get in contact by one of our social channels, and we will obviously do all we can to help you put your mind at rest and then get you to join us for Project 1920. So thank you for that. If you have any questions about the implementation or anything, then please do just drop us a line.